Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Courtney and I have been documenting my weight loss journey using the medication Mounjaro. And there's been a lot of things that have kind of gone on with that, with prior authorizations and insurance and stuff like that, that's kind of been messing things up. So if you want to go back and check a couple of my other videos out, it'll kind of get you caught up on what's going on. But if you are returning, welcome back. Super glad to have you. Honestly, I am so excited right now, and I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what day, like, in the journey it is. I want to say, oh my God, okay, tomorrow would be, oh, I can't even math right now. I'm like so excited. Let me, let me just kind of get to what it is that is making me like so excited. It'd be 35, day 35. Sorry. Tomorrow's day 35, so today is day 34. Okay. So it took me a second, y'all, math. I just whatever. Okay, I had my doctor's appointment today. So I had been waiting literally for almost 2 weeks for my doctor to call me back, or for somebody from the office to call me back so that I can get an appointment. I had a telemed appointment that was already scheduled for like late next month, and I was like, no, because of all the stuff going on, I need a backup plan. I need to see her and trying to communicate through this patient portal with all the questions that I have. It's taken too long because it's taken a couple days for each question to get answered. So I'm just like, I don't have time for that, because I need to make a plan now. So anyway, I went to the doctor today. I called yesterday. I was like, this is what's happening, and I really need to get in. They're like, well, you have a telemed appointment. I was like, I know I got that telemed appointment, but I need to get in there to see her face to face to talk about some other stuff. So they were like, well, we have one tomorrow. I was like, I'll take it. Take it. I'll take it. So I ended up having to like drag my son with me, and he was like in the wait. He was in the waiting room for like 2 hours. Anyway, so I saw my doctor today. Of course, she walked in and she was just kind of like, I can tell you have lost, some weight. As a matter of fact, I've lost 20 pounds since I was there before. So pretty excited about that. So she was, she's like, oh, you look great. And, I can totally tell that, and she was so apologetic about everything that's going on with the Mounjaro and the insurance, denying the prior authorization. And, she assured me, yeah, we sent the appeal off, the 16th. Yeah, the 16th. And so, I mean, they have like 30 days or so to respond. So, and I know they don't get in any kind of hurry. So, anyway, so that, it's still a possibility. It's a small one, but it's still there. I'm not holding my breath, but, it could happen. I don't know. It's happening for other people. Why not me? I don't know. So anyway, we talked about, how I had been feeling with Mounjaro, and how, everything had been going really great. And, and I told her, I said, I want to continue to feel like this. I want to continue to have, the food noise gone, because, I'm actually able to function like a normal person. And, and so I told her, I was like, I'm almost desperate to continue to stay like this so that I can lose weight, not be obsessed with food, and, and just be able to function. And so she was like, yeah. So we were, I told her, I said, I know this might not happen. So I really wanted to try to come up with a backup plan. And she was like, yes. She's like, let's talk about that. So, we talked about the Contrave. She's not huge on Contrave. She's just like, I just don't know about the efficacy of it and stuff. But, I have been on a few Contrave support groups that, yeah, it's just kind of, it's all over. It's just like on the Ozempic and the, in the Mounjaro. Some people are seeing amazing results, and some people are seeing slow results. And that's not a bad thing. Slow results are good. It's healthy. It's still results. I'm not mad at that. I feel like, doing something slower will help you to maintain it more long term, because you're building all of these, these good habits that are going to be sustainable. So anyway, we talked about Contrave, but she mentioned the glycemia, and and I told her again. I was just like, I'd taken the phentermine before. I just don't, I'm just not. I'm not 100% on wanting to, get back on phentermine. Honestly, I actually still have some from like the last time I was taking them, which has been, it's been a year or so back. It's been actually a little bit longer than that. I had got back on it with like a previous doctor, and I got right back off it like when my dad passed away in like late of 2020. So and just because of the heart stuff, I was just kind of like, oh, I just really don't want to do it. And she's like, it's a low dose. You start off low. And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, it just, I tried it again once and it didn't really work like it did previously. And I've heard a lot of people say that. So, I don't know. But, I talked to her about the Contrave, and and I told her, I said, my insurance doesn't cover the Contrave, but they do cover the naltrexone since I'm already on the bupropion. And she said, she's like, we can try it. But, and I told her, I was like, I just, I don't know. I did ask her what she thought about compounds, and she was just kind of like, no. And I was like, okay. So I wasn't going to mess with that. And so, and that's okay. That's okay. I respect her. I respect her opinion on that. So, but, I may not follow it later, but I don't know. So that's for another story. But anyway, we got to talking, I told her, I said, on my Caremark app for my prescription coverage, when Mounjaro comes up, it's like if you scroll down, it's kind of like, ask your doctor about these instead, which it had the Ozempic and the Trulicity and I think Rybelsus was on there or something like that. But but those also have prior authorizations. And I told her, I was like, it has that on there where it recommends something else instead of the Mounjaro, but those also require the prior authorizations. And I was just like, and I don't even know if, Ozempic would work as well as the Mounjaro. I said, I've heard it go both ways. People say that they have great success on it, and some people, don't really, have, I guess, much of, it doesn't have much of an effect unless they're titrated up to like really high doses. But then, it's just kind of all over the board, so I was just like, I don't even know if it would be worth trying to, prescribe. But I said, I don't even know if it would work. I was like, I don't know if you have any samples. And she's like, I'm going to get you some samples. I was like, say what? What? So she was like, I'm going to see, because I was like, I just, to get something through the next couple of weeks, I would just, till we find out about this appeal, and then we can move to the Contrave or the naltrexone. It was like, so anyway, she was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go look and see if I have, she said, I don't know if I have any of the Mounjaro, but I may have an Ozempic pen. And I was just like, I will take that. At this point, I will take that because, they're very similar drugs. I know that, they're both the GLP-1s. The Mounjaro has the GIP. But, some people are still having, it take care of the food noise on the Ozempic. So I feel like it's worth a try. Plus, if this works and I still can't get, the Mounjaro later, and and the Contrave ends up not working, then if I do look into compound route, then I can save money going with the semaglutide instead of the tirzepatide. So I don't know. I'd rather have the tirzepatide, rather have that, but if I can get rid of the food noise with just the semaglutide, it's a win. It's a win. Y'all, she gave me, it's a full pen of, it's 1 milligram doses. It's 4 1 milligram doses. Yes, 4 1 milligram doses. And she wants me to cut those in half, counting the clicks or whatever, and to do 0.5. So it's going to last me 2 months if I can stick with that, and it cover my food noise. Now, being it is where you can adjust the dose. If the 0.5 is not cutting it, I may, can dose it up to the 0.75 instead of going all the way to the 1, and it would still give me several weeks of being on a GLP-1 med. So I'm freaking out. I'm so excited. So now I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I do still have the 5, and I didn't really mention that to her. She didn't need to know. But anyway, so, I still have the 5 milligram of Mounjaro. So now I'm just kind of like, well, how am I going to do this? Because it's like, I currently have, because I had such good success on the 2.5 of the Mounjaro, and I think the 0.5 is supposed to be similar to the 2.5 of Mounjaro. The 0.5 of Ozempic is supposed to be similar to the 2.5 of Mounjaro as far as like strength. So if I can continue this and, instead of spreading it out 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, this still gives me like several months. Plus with the Mounjaro I have, y'all, this is such a huge blessing. I am so excited. And now I'm just kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? I do think, let's see, last Friday, I did my last 2.5 of my Mounjaro, and I do think I would like to go ahead tomorrow, which would be 7 days. I think I'd like to go ahead and do the 0.5 of the Ozempic, just to kind of see where I'm at. I don't know if I should do it at 7 or just maybe wait 10 days, but not go 2 weeks. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I want to do what's going to like make it effective, but I want to make it last as long as I can, So, but I don't want to waste it. So, I mean, if it's not going to be effective, I don't know. I don't know. What would y'all do? Of course, she was just like, oh yeah, just take it every week and it'd be 2 months. But, there's a lot of people that are stretching their shots out. I've been reading through so many support groups that there are people who are like doing it every 2 weeks, every 10 days. Some people are doing like 18 days, and I don't know where they got 18, but I did see a couple of those, and I was just like, okay. So, so I'm thinking, because I am still so nervous about just jumping up to the 5 on the Mounjaro. Since I was thinking of my last 2.5, I was going to ride out for 2 weeks and then do the 5. I was a little bit terrified of that. So I don't know if maybe I should just like every 10 days, do the Ozempic, and then maybe on like, instead of doing 8 weeks, do like 6, and then those last 2, bump it to like the 0.75, and that kind of almost like prepare me to be on the 5 of the Mounjaro. I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? I know some of you guys have kind of done, where you switch doses every week. I know Amy Dene. Listen, if you guys are not following Amy, you guys need to follow Amy. I'm going to put her YouTube link down into the description box. She has got, she's got like, it's got to be hundreds of videos, or, almost a couple hundred videos. It's probably more than that, but she's got tons of videos of her Mounjaro journey, with her boyfriend, and they have, each lost 60 pounds, and wealth of knowledge, and just so sweet and just so genuine, and just, there's tons that you can learn on that channel. And, it's a fun journey to watch. So, you'll cry and you'll laugh, but I'm telling you, you guys have got to go follow her. She's really amazing. But I know that, hello, Amy, because she is subscribed here too, which I'm super grateful for. But anyway, she has gone between 2.5 and 5.0. Like, she'll switch off, and it has worked like amazing for her. And so I'm just kind of wondering if maybe that's something I should do, like every 10 days, or just titrate up but with like the Ozempic and then go to the 5. So I don't know. I have to think on that, and I've got to do a little bit more research. But but I am so flippin' excited. Like, I cannot believe that happened. I just feel like being given like another, even another 2 months, or even if I have to break it down into like, not 8 weeks, but 6 weeks, I feel like that is such a huge blessing. That is like, so much more time that I can have to figure out, the Contrave thing, or, or, whatever the next steps are going to be. But I am so grateful. I am so thankful that she did. I wanted to hug her, but I had to like stop. I was just like, she's probably going to think I'm weird, but cause she's just this tiny, tiny Indian woman. She's just this beautiful little, gorgeous, tiny little Indian woman. I just kept thinking, my big old self, I'd just, try to hug her. I'd swallow her, and so I held off, but I wanted to hug her so bad. But so I like rushed home so I could get this in the refrigerator and, make sure it was all, good. I held it up again because it's in Texas, y'all, it's hot. Even like in the car on the way home, it can still be hot. So I had like my air conditioner on full blast, and I was holding the box up against like my air. My son was like, "Mom, I'm freezing. It's so cold." And I'm like, "We're almost home. I got to just keep this nice and cold." And anyway, I probably am being a little too, dramatic, but I just could not hide my excitement. So anyway, I wanted to hop in here and tell you guys that's what happened today. Like, I'm so excited. So, I mean, I'm just praying that this is going to work. I'm praying it's going to work, and I will let you guys know. But, I may or may not inject tomorrow. It may be like 10 days from my last shot. I'm still thinking on that, and I'm going to talk to some people and kind of get some advice from them and see what they think. Anyway, I'm not advocating for you guys doing stuff like that. I always ask your doctor. This is just, like I said, my journey. This is just what I'm going to do. I may be completely wrong, and that's okay. I'll learn. So anyway, I'll let you guys know what happens, and let you know when I am going to actually do my first Ozempic injection. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Well, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.